This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Welcome back. A stern call for banks to participate in the revitalization of the economy through making it easier for Bahamians to save. The nation's leader, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie, was addressing the inaugural Royal Fidelity Bahamas Economic Outlook at the Atlantis Resort today.
That's right, Charisma. And aside from the traditional projections on the economic growth and new job opportunities the country will see, Mr. Christie chastised lending institutions who, in his words, make consumers modern-day slaves. He also called for reintroduction of a culture of savings.
There's simply too much personal debt that is being taken on by too many people in our country.
And according to Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie, this cannot continue.
Banks and other lending institutions may be getting rich of it, particularly with the excessive interest rates that are being charged by some. But it is turning too many people in our country into what I characterize for making the point, modern-day slaves.
Mr. Christie says the availability of salary deduction is causing too many people to take home too little in pay after they've satisfied their loan payments, leaving them with little to feed their families, keep the lights on, or water running.
You can borrow money for a car, or fridge, or stove, or furniture, but you can't borrow a dime if you're a young entrepreneur with a smart idea who has a solid business plan to start a new venture that will end up hiring people. Lenders aren't there to help you, it seems, with such ventures anymore. Instead, they go to where the grass is greener for them and will generally only help you pile up more personal consumer debt.
Mr. Christie says it's time to return to the days of saving and living debt-free rather than what he termed a crazy, out-of-control, consumerist culture that exists today.
Today you have people taking out loans for vacations that they will end up taking 7 years to pay back, or taking out loans for lavish weddings or for cars that they really don't need to change right now, or loans for this and loans for that, but they pile up these loans, pile up on the credit cards. They have to pay back at 18 or 20 or 22% interest rates on whatever other charges that may exist. And I hate to have to say it, but banks and other lenders are complicit in this too.
The Prime Minister says there is a compelling urgency to address the issue. He suggested aside from encouraging savings, there should be a limit on the amount of salary deductions that can be made. Mr. Christie welcomed suggestions from lending institutions, noting that we cannot build a productive economy on this same track.
The banks can take the lead in encouraging more responsible lending too, and in refraining from charging excessive interest rates. Hopefully, we can collaborate on a new Consumer Lending Act promised by successive administrations.
Another news tonight. The Lyndon Pilling International Airport is adding to its new look with services which will make the operation more efficient. Yesterday, new passport processing kiosks were launched with the aim of eliminating a travel hassle. Keishla Adderley reports.
A model for modern airport experiences in this region, LPIA has added a new progressive feature.
It's right there. Alrighty.
A personal demonstration by the Minister of Transport and Aviation shows the simplicity of the airport passport control system, a seamless alternative to long lines.
Our ability to move people more efficiently through is critical because it's part of the experience of people coming here. And the airport itself, as we've heard, is a beautiful facility. It gives a wonderful first impression. It gives an impression of who we are as a people. And it sets a standard of excellence when you first enter our shores in New Providence. And we would like that excellence to permeate throughout our country in every single sphere.
20 of the new airport passport control kiosks are now online, automating passport processing and reducing wait times, combining to reduce the hassle for our most valuable clients.
There must be efficient systems in place to minimize the impact on the customer experience. The negative impressions left by these long lines are immediate and lasting. We had to determine the way forward. So we consulted with stakeholders in the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, the Bahamas Hotel and Tourism Association, and the Airline Operators Committee here at LPIA. It was determined that APC was the best solution to complement our pre-clearance facility.
The kiosks are placed in the departures terminal. It's estimated that they'll reduce wait times for some of our most valuable clients by up to 50%.
The kiosk can be used by U.S. and Canadian passport holders, U.S. permanent residents, and travelers from 38 visa-waivered countries. We're working closely with U.S. CBP to make all citizens eligible, and we're getting very close. We expect that to happen this year. Eligible passengers come up to the kiosk and complete the data entry portion of the customs clearance. They scan their passport, they answer some questions on a touchscreen in many languages, have their photo taken, and take a printed receipt to a CBP officer. That officer then conducts a short interview.
The system has created new job opportunities as well. NAT has hired 6 new staff members to provide assistance to kiosk users. Keishel Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Talks are also scheduled to resume in another 2 weeks with the United States on the process of handing over U.S. control of Bahamian airspace to the Bahamas. Minister of Transport and Aviation Glenys Hannah Martin is looking forward to resolution to the long-standing matter and the economic benefits it will bring.
The intent is, at the end of the day, to formalize what has been a very long-standing situation of the Americans controlling our airspace. And through that formalizing of that relationship, agreeing any sort of outflows that come from the benefits of air navigation fees, etc., and how it can help our aviation sector. You heard we have the largest amount of airports per cap. I mean, and it's all public funded by the Treasury and taxpayers of this country. So we're very excited about this, in that we believe that we can recoup some of those fees for the purposes of our own aviation sector. That would be an incredible step forward for the Bahamian people.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.